I don't want to get into the political part because I love everybody and I don't want to have disagreements with people that I care about and that I love because it's separating people. But I just want to give an example of what I know because I'm very good in math and I'm good in economics. So if I were to get a salon, right, and let's say you had a salon previously, okay, and rent was 1750, electricity's 300, your supplies are 700, insurance is 100, marketing is 200, the computer system you use is 100, water is 100, and taxes is around $200. That brings the total that you have to pay monthly 3450. And if you're doing 200 customers at $35 haircuts, it's about $7,000 income minus the 3450. Your profit is 3550. Okay, and then you still got to pay 3550 taxes on here because if you're the owner and you're claiming that under yourself, you're paying for that. Now you can't really pay anybody else. Like this is just one person operating a salon at this cost. Now, if we bring it to today's numbers, that same rent is now 2 grand. The electricity is now 450. Supplies have gone so much because of gas increase prices and stuff. So it's $900, which we can't even buy a lot of the products because there's silicone shortages and stuff like that. Now we're looking at the insurance. Insurance went up. What else went up? Marketing went up. I was very subtle with this increase. The POS went up 150. Water is now almost double. Taxes went from 200 to 300. I was being generous. That brings it to a total of 44.25. There's a $975 increase from your bills, correct? Now, if I'm gonna take that $200, 200 clients, up my price is $5. Now it's an $8,000 profit minus the new number 44.25. 35.75 is the new thing, so it kind of stays around the same profit margin. But if I go back to charging just $35 for the haircut because I feel bad, I don't want anybody's pockets to break. Even if it causes my business to shut down, and I stay at $35, I'm only making $25.75. So I just lost out of my pocket almost $1,000 just from keeping the price the same. So you got to increase the price with inflation. But if I decrease my pricing, I'm deflating my numbers and my stuff, so my business is losing. Um, so yeah, this is basically like you have to bring the numbers up and down, but these numbers got to go down. But these numbers are not going to go down drastically because now the people who are renting me the space, they're going to have a deflation. The electric companies, all these places, they're going to lose. So if these people collapse and then I collapse, then everything collapses. So you got to kind of slowly lower the things back. And the only way to do that is to find where the extra financial resources are or where the budgets are, because, there's different things that we're paying for that it's wiser even than the budget. I grew up on Section 8. I grew up on housing. I grew up on all that. I used my resources to get free education. I used my resources to save and built my credit, and I did everything to start from the bottom to the top. And I'm going to say this because before anyone tries to shut me down on that, I'm proud of where I came from, and I'm proud of who I became because of the will and the determination that I had to get there. But in order for me to get to where I was, I had to understand math and I had to understand business and I had to understand economics and credit and savings and all that stuff to get to where I am today. So when it comes to this, a lot of people come to me for financial help and resources to help me budget and do all these things. But the thing is, you can't cut prices because you feel bad, because then again, with the business you have is going to suffer. This doesn't also include the education that you take to get your skills. This doesn't include the travel expenses that you take to go to these classes and what you pay for these classes. And I have other business models that I could show you, especially with owning my own business too, of the numbers, how I'm every year I'm $1,500 to $2,000 at a loss. And also realistically, this number, 200 clients, like now this 200 is probably 150 or something, because not a lot of people are coming out to spend their money either. What I'm more worried about is the pharmaceutical industry and the health insurance company because PrEP, if you don't know if you know what PrEP is for people to take that pill to prevent their risk of contracting HIV. It costs about $6 to $10 to make the prescription for Truvada and the things that are for HIV. You can go to Planned Parenthood and get it for free depending on if you have insurance or not. But if you are insured, even without insurance, it's about $2,200 a month for PrEP. And even discounted with insurance, it's still an insane amount. Yeah, uh, I know it's an option to take that pill because you could have safe sex using condoms and stuff. But for people who go on that because they just want to have unprotected sex and stuff like that, it's a high amount of money for that prescription. Just like with my blood pressure pills, without insurance, it was $350 a month for my blood pressure medicine. Okay, now it's like $20 for a 3 month supply. I'm more worried about corporate. I'm more worried about health insurances and insurance coverages, and I'm more worried about pharmaceutical companies. And being in the profession that I'm in and that you're in, and that we work with holistic and stuff like that, my option was to have this administration because the person running the health aspect of it is really serious about vaccine injuries and the protocol when it comes to the food dyes and the chemicals that are in our foods, which causes low vibrational energy. And you need high vibrational food to actually work at an appropriate pace using light and energy and frequency. No matter what road was taken, we were going to be taken to the same river. Just like with COVID vaccines, I'm allergic to what do they call it? The preservative. But when we're younger, we get injected with vaccines for certain sicknesses like measles and mumps and stuff like that. That lasts in the body for 40 to 50 years and it stays in your body. But things like the flu shot and COVID and things like that, they don't last in the body. They run away. And that's why they have boosters and stuff like that, because it escapes your body. It's just like basically if you're a cigarette smoker and you smoke, you always have that in your body and you want that fixed. But when you quit smoking, leaves your body and you're fine. But if you go pick up a cigarette again, it most likely brings you back to that addiction because now your body has it back in its body. So there's a difference between good vaccinations and bad vaccinations, between RNA and blah blah blah. There's just a lot of things that I can talk until my face is blue, but my opinions and my facts are my opinions and my facts, and everybody has their own opinions and their facts. I just want love and I just want peace and I want understanding, because not everyone is going to pick the same thing. There's 8 billion people in the entire world. I'm not talking about US and the elections, because the US and elections there's like 500, 600 million people or whatever it is, but there's 8 billion people in the world. No one will ever be on the same page ever. Ever. So that's why I'm just gonna go back to making my tutorials, my hair, my dance, my spiritual stuff, my videos, and just avoid this whole topic all in all, because it's just not. I don't have the time and the space and the energy to constantly be attacked for my feelings and my emotions, because my whole life, if I spoke about how I felt or what I went through, I was either laughed at, mocked, or bullied, and made to feel like shit for who I am or for how I feel. And I just learned that no one is going to take that away from me ever again once I stepped into my authentic self. And I'm still all about love. I love everybody. Everybody has their opinions, everybody has their beliefs. I pray for everybody, that everybody makes it through on the other side, and that things will actually start to look up. But in the meantime, the price is still being high. It's a process. Just like from my example, if we just drop things at a rapid pace, the economy will collapse. So we can't do that. It's going to take a few months to a year or two in order for us to see things start to level out. It's not just going to happen in the snap of a finger. It's not like that. It's not reality. It's not conscientious. It's not realistic.